All right, today we're going to talk about something huge, one of the biggest, most expensive problems in modern medicine, a kind of hidden crisis that costs billions, and really, it affects all of our health. But more importantly, we're going to look at the revolutionary AI that's finally starting to solve it. Okay, so first things first, let's get a handle on just how big this challenge is. Developing a new medicine. It's one of the highest stakes games on the planet. We're talking over a decade of work, billions of dollars, and of course, the hopes of countless patients riding on the outcome. And it all really boils down to this one deceptively simple question. With all of our incredible science, our computing power, our brilliant minds, why do the vast majority of promising new drugs just fail before they ever reach a single patient? Yeah, up to 95%. I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. It means for every 20 drugs that look good enough to even start clinical trials, 19 of them will end up in the dustbin. For decades, the industry has kind of just shrugged and accepted this staggering failure rate as, the cost of doing business. And that cost? It's astronomical. This isn't just about a few failed experiments. We're talking about colossal economic waste. A single failed drug program can burn through $800 million. So for a big company, chasing the wrong ideas year after year adds up to billions in losses. It's non-sustainable. So what's really going on here? What's the root cause of this 95% failure rate? Well, it's not a lack of data. I mean, we are drowning in more biological data than ever before. The real problem, the hidden reason, is a fundamental misunderstanding of that data. It's something called the correlation trap. Okay, let's get really clear on this because it's the absolute heart of the matter. Correlation is just when two things seem to happen together. Causation, though, is when one thing directly causes the other. You've probably heard the classic example. Ice cream sales and shark attacks are correlated. They both shoot up in the summer. But obviously, ice cream doesn't cause shark attacks. The summer heat causes both. And that right there, that is the core problem. For decades, drug development has been built on finding these correlations in our data, which means basically they've been chasing shadows. Researchers have been designing drugs to treat symptoms or other related markers, not the true underlying cause of the disease. But here's the good news. All of that is starting to change. A new technological framework is emerging, one that's designed to finally escape that correlation trap. It's a massive shift from expensive guesswork to genuine biological understanding. So what is this thing? It's called a biological causality inference framework. I know, it's a mouthful, but in simple terms, it's a new kind of AI, a causal intelligence system. Its entire job is to sift through mountains of incredibly complex data to find the one thing that actually matters, the real cause of a disease. And this system is unbelievably sophisticated. It doesn't just look for correlations, it automatically discovers the root biological cause. It can even run these virtual what-if scenarios, what scientists call counterfactuals. This lets it predict how a disease might react to a brand new drug before anyone even picks up a test tube in the lab. It's pretty amazing. So, here's the crucial point. What actually happens when you stop chasing shadows and you start targeting the real cause? Well, the entire economic model of drug development gets flipped on its head. And the results are, they're truly transformative. The numbers are just staggering. By making sure they're aiming at a true causal target, researchers are seeing a 400 to 900% improvement in getting that first, most critical step right. I mean, that is a revolutionary leap in precision. And when you nail that target, boom, the dominoes start to fall. The direct result is a massive 75 to 90% reduction in overall drug development failures. You're basically eliminating the vast majority of projects that were, frankly, doomed from the start. And that translates directly into saving cold, hard cash. We're talking $300 to $800 million saved per program. All of a sudden, that 95% failure rate doesn't look so inevitable anymore, does it? This is how you start to fix a broken system. But look, this is bigger than just fixing an old problem. This new capability is so valuable that it's actually creating an entirely new market. A market for something that was never really for sale before in biology: certainty. And just how big is that market for certainty? Well, analysts are projecting it to be worth over $120 billion.
That is the price tag for finally understanding the true cause and effect mechanics of disease. And this isn't just one big blob of money either. The market breaks down into several massive segments, everything from the core causal AI platforms themselves to systems for figuring out a drug's mechanism to new tools for target validation. It's a whole new ecosystem, all built on causality.
So, what we're really witnessing here is the very start of a new era in medicine. People are calling it the mechanistic revolution, and there's a really clear strategy to make this technology the new gold standard for everyone. The path forward is ambitious, for sure, but it's clear. Step 1, validate the tech with early adopters. Step 2, penetrate the wider market by scaling up. And finally, Step 3, achieve dominance, becoming the essential foundational tool that all drug discovery relies on. There's a quote from the analysis that it perfectly captures the ultimate vision here. It says, "The goal isn't just a better tool. It's a platform that could push drug development toward theoretical success rates by finally letting us understand biology at its most fundamental mechanical level." And this really leaves us with a pretty profound question. For centuries, medicine has been this incredible art of observation and, well, educated guessing. So what happens? What becomes possible for human health, for our lifespans, for our ability to cure the incurable, when we finally stop guessing and we actually start to understand?